They really want Biden out. This Washington Post piece, it was an opinion piece by Steven Eisenberg. I read this morning. They're saying, quit Joe quit. He could save the midterms with a one-term pledge. Now, this is the thinking that some Democrats are having. And these are the ones that are kind of calling the shots for this. They're saying, okay, well, look, his agenda is dead after midterms. After this November, Biden will not get a single thing done. This is even different from Trump, because after midterms for Trump, the House reverted to Democrat control, but the Senate was a lot tougher. The Senate didn't. Although the McConnell's ability due to seats was reduced a bit. But do you remember me saying that after midterms that this begins the period for Trump's judicial agenda? I said that so many times on television, on radio, because he still had the ability to reshape the judiciary, which he did. People can get mad at Mitch McConnell all they want. He's definitely not, he's not if you're looking for a perfect conservative, he's not it, for sure. But you wouldn't be having a conservative majority Supreme Court without Mitch McConnell. And you wouldn't have a number of Trump-appointed justices on all of these federal benches without Mitch McConnell. And so that's something that has to be considered. Biden does not have a McConnell. Chuck Schumer is not McConnell's match when it comes to outmaneuvering the opposition using parliamentary procedures in the republic, so to speak. It's just not, he's not his match. And Biden, depending on what Republicans do in the Senate, and it's all for Republicans to lose. Honestly, it really is. If Republicans mess up, and they could mess up in Missouri, they kind of messed up already, sort of in Pennsylvania. But you got to, at that point, you just got to keep running. When you're going through hell, keep going. It's theirs to lose. And depending what happens with primaries and in the general, Biden won't even have that. He's not even going to have his version of a McConnell to reshape any part of the gut. He's done. He is a lame duck in the most egregious sense. So Democrats, the influencers and the movers and shakers in the party are saying, okay, this is the reality of the situation. His agenda is done after midterms. Go and give everybody a bump in the midterm election. Commit to a one-term tenure before the vote in November. But I think that he is waiting, and his people are waiting, because they're waiting to see what Trump does. And I say this because remember the poll where he said 92% of Democrats want me? No, they don't. Actually, nobody wants him. However, the question was very narrow, as a survey question should be, correct? The question was, if the election came down to a vote between Biden or Trump, and this was the question that was given, and I'm kind of abridging it, but this was pretty much a question given to Democrats who were being surveyed. If the election came down to a vote between Biden or Trump, who would you vote for? And it was 92% of those Democrats that said Biden. And it was only if it was a Trump rematch. Now, there are a couple of polls, and I admit I haven't looked at the breakdown of them. I'm telling you this because this is the information that his camp, Biden's camp, is using, I think, to make the determination to stay in. They're looking at these polls showing that in a Trump-Biden rematch, Biden has an edge. And so I am speculating that Biden is staying in because he wants to see what Trump does. Now, Trump's not going to do anything before November, because if Trump does anything before November, it is immediately going to make the election about Trump and not about Biden. And it needs to be about Biden. We're playing long game here. And people got to have patience. It takes a bit to make the twist of the knife, and you gotta have patience.